I want you to do something uncomfortable right now. Look down at your belly. Not tomorrow. Right now. What you see isn't just extra weight. It is a message. Your body has been trying to send it for months, maybe years, and most people die never knowing how to read it. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because what I'm about to show you could genuinely save your life. What your belly shape is secretly telling you about your health. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." But today, I want to talk about something that begins long before the heart gives out, something you can literally see when you look in a mirror. Most people think belly fat is belly fat. You eat too much, you exercise too little, you get a belly. Simple. But modern science tells us something different, something that completely changes the game. There are 3 completely distinct belly shapes, and each one is caused by a different hidden biological crisis happening right now inside your body. One is a liver emergency in slow motion. One is a hormonal hijacking caused by the plastic in your kitchen. And one is your stress literally dissolving your muscles and rebuilding them as fat. 3 shapes, 3 root causes, 3 completely different solutions. If you treat them all the same diet, the same gym routine, the same advice you've heard 1,000 times, you will fail. Not because you are weak, but because you are fighting the wrong battle. Let's fix that together. Type number 1. The hard drum belly. Meet David. He's 52 years old. He's the guy at the family reunion who everyone jokes about. "Hey Dave, when's the baby due?" And he laughs along because what else can you do? But David isn't laughing inside, because despite his slim arms, his thin legs, his sunken chest, his belly is enormous, hard, round, like a basketball inflated under his shirt. If you pressed it, it wouldn't jiggle. It would push back, like a pressurized tire. David has tried everything. He runs, he cuts calories, he's done 3 30-day challenges, and nothing moves it. Here is why. That is not fat. David's belly is fluid, trapped fluid, leaking from a liver under so much stress it can no longer do its most basic job. Here's the biology. And stay with me, because this is incredible. Your liver is the most hardworking organ in your body. It filters over 1.5 liters of blood every single minute. It processes your food, clears your toxins, produces the proteins that hold your blood together. But when the liver gets damaged, scarred, something terrifying happens. The blood trying to flow through it hits a wall. Pressure builds. And eventually, the plasma, the liquid portion of your blood, starts sweating through the walls of your veins and pooling in the hollow cavity of your abdomen. That belly isn't fat. That belly is your liver crying out for help. A landmark study published in the Journal of Hepatology found that in people with this type of distension, up to 60% of what appeared to be belly fat was actually retained fluid, the result of the liver being too damaged to produce albumin, the protein that keeps fluid inside your blood vessels. Your body is flooding from the inside out. I want to speak directly to the Davids watching this. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's someone you love. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 6:19, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit?" Friend, the temple is sending up a flare. This is not the time for another fad diet. This is the time for liver rehabilitation. Here is what you do. Step 1. Remove the solvent. Alcohol is a solvent. It literally dissolves cell membranes. If you have a hard drum belly, alcohol is a non-negotiable 0. Full stop. And equally dangerous, high fructose corn syrup. Unlike regular sugar, fructose bypasses every other cell in your body and goes directly to the liver to be processed. It's alcohol without the intoxication. It has to go. Step 2. The TUDCA flush. There is a natural bile salt called TUDCA, and it is nothing short of remarkable for a congested liver. Think of your liver's bile as drainage pipes. When the liver is under stress, that bile thickens into sludge. TUDCA thins it back to water, allowing toxins to flush out, inflammation to drop, and the liver to breathe again. Step 3. Tocotrienols, the fire extinguisher for your liver. These are a specific form of vitamin E found in nature, not the synthetic kind at the pharmacy. And in clinical trials, they've shown the ability to actually halt the progression of liver scarring, to stop the damage from spreading, not reverse the clock, but put out the fire before the whole house burns down. The prognosis here depends entirely on speed. The liver is one of the only organs in the human body that can regenerate, but only if you stop injuring it. Start today, not Monday, today. Type number 2, the hormonal shield. Now let's talk about something different, something softer. Maybe your belly doesn't look like a basketball. Maybe it's more like a low, soft pouch just below the belly button. Squishy, stubborn. It sits above your belt line like a cushion that simply refuses to move. You've done the workouts, you've eaten the salads, you've drunk the water, and that lower pooch, it just sits there, unmoved, unchanged. This is the hormonal shield. And if you're a woman reading this, you may be nodding your head right now. But if you're a man, don't leave. Because this is happening to men in our modern world at rates that would shock you. Because the culprit isn't food. It isn't laziness. It's something hiding in your kitchen, in your car, in your water bottle. Here is the cruel cycle that no one explains. The more lower belly fat you carry, the more estrogen your body produces, because belly fat contains an enzyme called aromatase that actively converts other hormones into estrogen. The more estrogen you produce, the stronger the signal to your body to store more fat in your lower belly and hips. You are literally fueling the fire with the flames themselves. But here is the hidden accelerant nobody is talking about: plastic. When you heat food in a plastic container, when you drink from a warm plastic water bottle, when you wrap food in plastic wrap, you are dosing yourself with xenoestrogens, synthetic chemicals that mimic estrogen in your body. They lock onto your hormone receptors and scream, "Store fat here. Build the shield. Protect this area." A major study on endocrine disruptors found that the average person absorbs the equivalent of a credit card's worth of microplastics every week through food, air, and water. Your hormonal shield isn't just hormones. It's a storage vault for every synthetic chemical your body doesn't know how to process. God designed our bodies with extraordinary wisdom, but He designed them for a world without BPA and phthalates and industrial food chemicals. We have to be more intentional now. Step 1. The cruciferous reset. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, cauliflower. These contain a compound called indole-3-carbinol. When you digest it, your gut converts it into something called DIM. And DIM is like a traffic cop for estrogen. It takes the aggressive, fat-promoting forms of estrogen and redirects them down a harmless pathway, out of your body through your stool. A high-quality DIM supplement paired with calcium D-glucarate creates a two-step detox team: neutralize and escort out. Step 2. Eliminate the plastic pipeline. Switch to glass food storage. Never microwave in plastic, ever. When you heat plastic, the xenoestrogens become volatile and migrate directly into your food. This single change has helped people shift stubborn lower belly fat that years of dieting could not touch. Step 3. Support your liver. Notice a pattern? The liver is at the center of everything. The liver processes and clears estrogen from the blood. A sluggish liver means estrogen stays in your system longer, does more damage, and builds more fat. Everything that helps your liver also breaks the hormonal cycle. The stubborn belly is not a willpower problem. It is an environment problem. Change your environment, and your body will finally be free to change. Type 3. The Stress Apron. And then there's Marcus. Marcus is a high achiever, works 60-hour weeks, provides for his family, never misses a deadline. He goes to the gym, hard. He watches what he eats, mostly, but his belly keeps growing. Not high, not low, but wide, draped over his waistband like an apron. Soft in some places, dense in others. He's tired all the time. His back hurts. His sleep is terrible. Marcus is not lazy. Marcus is drowning. What Marcus has is the stress apron, and it is by far the most common belly type in our modern world. Here is the mechanism, and this will change how you see your body forever. Your body has a survival hormone called cortisol. In the ancient world, cortisol saved your life. A lion appeared. Cortisol spiked. You ran. You survived. Cortisol dropped. You ate. You slept. Life continued. Today, the lion is your mortgage, your inbox, your evening news, your relationship tension, your health anxiety. Your body cannot tell the difference. To your ancient survival system, stress is stress. Danger is danger. And so cortisol stays chronically elevated, day after day, week after week, year after year. And here is what chronic cortisol does that nobody tells you. It goes to your muscles, your thighs, your glutes, your back, and it breaks them down. It converts your muscle protein into sugar and dumps it into your bloodstream because your body thinks you need instant energy to flee from the lion. But you aren't running. You're sitting at a desk. So your pancreas sees the sugar flood and panics. It pumps out insulin. Insulin sees no movement, no demand, no muscle to fuel. So it takes that sugar, which used to be your muscle, and stores it as visceral fat. Right in the center of your body, right where the apron hangs. You are dissolving your muscles and converting them into belly fat. Through stress, through cortisol, through a survival system working exactly as designed, in a world it was never designed for. A University of Chicago study put healthy young men through just 4 hours of sleep per night for 1 week, 7 days, and in that time, their ability to process glucose dropped by 40%. They became pre-diabetic in a single week. Cortisol stayed elevated through the evenings, completely shutting down fat burning during the night. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is fat burning. Sleep is healing. Sleep is sacred. Psalm 127 verse 2 says, "He grants sleep to those he loves." Rest is not a reward you earn after you've done everything else. Rest is a gift, and when we refuse it, we pay a biological price. Step 1. The anti-cortisol walk. I know you've heard go to the gym, but for the stress apron, intense exercise, HIIT, CrossFit, hard cardio, can actually worsen the problem. Because intense exercise spikes cortisol. If you're already drowning in stress hormones, a brutal workout is gasoline on a fire. What you need is long, slow, deliberate movement. A 45-minute walk, a hike in nature, a slow bike ride. This type of movement burns fat without triggering cortisol. It signals safety to your nervous system. And when your body feels safe, it releases the fat it's been hoarding for the lion that never came. Step 2. The insulin reset. Stop the sugar spikes that give insulin something to store. This means intermittent fasting, giving your pancreas a 16-hour window of rest, combined with a low-carb approach. When insulin drops to baseline, it's like unlocking the door to your fat cells. The fat can finally leave. Step 3. Adaptogens and magnesium. Ashwagandha has been shown in randomized controlled trials to significantly lower serum cortisol levels. Take it in the evening. Pair it with magnesium glycinate before bed. It deepens sleep quality, which is where the actual overnight fat burning happens. This isn't a shortcut, it's a foundation. The hybrid truth. Now, I need to tell you something important, something most health videos won't say. You might be more than one type. The Hormonal Shield and the Stress Apron often come as a package deal, because chronic stress raises cortisol, which disrupts hormonal balance, which creates estrogen dominance, which builds the shield. They feed each other. So, where do you start when you're a hybrid? You start with what they all share: sleep, low-carb eating, intermittent fasting, and removing your toxic environment. These are the foundations that benefit every type. And then, you layer in the specific protocol for your dominant type. Here is the golden rule that applies to every single person watching this video. Patience is not passive. Patience is active. It took years, maybe decades, for your body to reach this place. The belly you see today is the accumulation of 1,000 small decisions, 100 unresolved stressors, a hormonal environment slowly shifting beneath the surface. It will not vanish in a weekend, but it can change, and it will change, when you give your body what it actually needs, instead of fighting it with what the culture tells you to do. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." That transformation, it starts in the mind. It starts with understanding. It starts with knowledge, and then it moves to action. Let come to conclusion and call to action. Before you close this video, I want you to make one decision, not 10 decisions. 1. Identify your type. Look in the mirror with honesty and compassion, not judgment. Is it the hard drum? Start with the liver. Is it the hormonal shield? Clean your kitchen environment. Is it the stress apron? Protect your sleep like it's sacred, because it is. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is the most loyal servant you've ever had. It has been quietly compensating, adapting, and sending you signals for years. This belly, whatever shape it takes, is not a failure. It is a message. And now you can finally read it. If this video gave you something, a new understanding, a moment of recognition, a spark of hope, will you do one thing for me? Drop your belly type in the comments right now. Type 1, 2, or 3. Or hybrid if you're like most of us. Your comment might be the thing that helps someone else recognize themselves and find this video. Hit the like button. It takes 1 second, and it helps this information reach the people who need it most. Subscribe to our channel if you believe your health is worth fighting for, because we cover these kinds of deep, honest, faith-anchored conversations every week. And share this with someone you love, a parent, a sibling, a friend who's been struggling and can't figure out why nothing is working. You might save their life. Literally. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of the temple. God gave you only one.